Its silhouette is unmistakable.
Now's the time to take the once great team back to the top.
Its present undeniable.
This is probably the biggest thing that's happened in the last 20 years.
You dream of being a factory driver.
Yeah. I've just lost power and I just lifted.
There's teething issues, that's a lot of engineering. So we have parity.
We don't know anything about it, no, not a thing, not my problem.
We're bringing to life a dream that many of us at Toyota have entertained for more than 20 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, from 2026, Toyota will compete in the pinnacle of Australian motorsport, Supercars.
This is a massive milestone for the sport.
It's probably the biggest news in our race team's history.
This is right up there with the most important things that have happened in the last couple of decades.
We grabbed a car from the press fleet in Queensland, had a bit of a think about what the vehicles may be, and I quickly determined it was probably Supra or Daylight. And so we surreptitiously got it 3D scanned without anyone knowing. Craig Hasted was the next person in the queue, where we said, could we just investigate engine options, of which there were many different engines. So then I went back with a document that said, look, in basic terms, I think there's a vehicle, I think there's an engine, and I think there's an opportunity. We then went to work.
I guess it would be about 18 months ago, and marketing reached out to us, just a really high-level question to understand, can we take the A90 Supra and stretch it over the Gen 3 control chassis? So this was the first step, to understand whether it was even possible.
For this project, like many of these things, it sort of starts as a bit of a corridor conversation. Hey, look, we're thinking about doing something like this. It was quite secretive at first because we didn't know if it was going to work out. Gen 3 had just sort of come in and we were just sort of thinking about it at the time. So after a few conversations, we took that little opening and we just, basically went for it.
For us, it seemed like quite a challenge to start with. We're talking about a platform which is about 400 millimeters longer and has a significantly longer rear overhang. Wider, this is always a good thing from us from a styling perspective, but nevertheless, the control proportions are very standardized and focused around the pony cars, the cars from Mustang Camaro. And Supra, on the other hand, is more of a coupe rather than a fastback. So we needed to see whether we could drive those proportions onto a fastback. We were concerned initially that it wasn't really going to work.
And we really tried to demonstrate to the rest of the company that, hey, we can do this. And visually, what you see is going to be super exciting, on point for the brand's point of view.
But we jumped into it head first and decided very early in the piece that we were going to push the focus more towards FT1, which was the original precursor concept to the Supra. Interestingly enough, the FT1 proportions are actually quite similar to the Gen 3 platform. So we're able to take that idea and stretch the Supra onto that platform.
Supercars were very forthcoming with all the information we needed. They wanted us in this championship, we wanted to be there, and yeah, very, very good collaboration.
Over the course of the last 18 months, with the model sitting here in the studio, we've come to love these proportions, and we actually think, it might just be that little bit sweeter than the road car itself.
Toyota And our customers and the people that love our brand are actually orphans to that sport. They have nowhere to go. They don't have a team. And we have millions of Toyota owners in Australia that can now say, on February 26, that's my team.
Well, we're a homologation team and we get to lead the technical development of the car. That means a whole lot of stress and development hours put in, but it ain't easy. Every step of the way with the design, every step of the way in collaborating with Supercars to try and ensure that we get and hit in the parity box. I'm looking at it and going, this is an opportunity, a great privilege with the world's largest car brand. We're stepping forwards, we're stepping up.
A supercar storm erupts and they are racing to turn one.
One of the cornerstones of this category for the last 20 years has been technical parity, and that means that technically the cars need to be the same. They need to have the same downforce, the same drag, the same output of the engine. But what it's not is sporting parity. You know, there's different level of team ability, there's different level of driver ability. That's sporting parity, we don't get involved in that, but technically they've got to have the same downforce, the same drag, the same engine output. That's where the manufacturer puts their DNA. It's the external surfaces of the car and the engine, that's their DNA. There's huge freedoms for the teams to explore. In the rear suspension alone, there's 150,000 combinations of geometry, but fundamentally the mechanical, the physical parts are exactly the same.
Jerry's done a nice job of that one now. It's going to be nice and solid for spiking there.
Yeah, no, that's definitely good. You've already tried the wiper motor in, make sure we can get that in.
Yeah. Pete had to go yesterday, so we had to make a little bit of a tickle up here, but we've got it all in the right spot and sort of just accommodated it. Looks like it's going to be real easy, a little bit easier than the old cars to get in.
Okay. Well, most of that's done really, isn't it? Because finish up, weld in, get it on the rotisserie.
Yep. I think we're not too far away. I reckon, Pete, another few days and I think we'll be ready to go into paint.
So paint next week?
Maybe the week after.
Yeah, paint next week.
So it's awesome. This is sort of the first time we get to see it sort of all come to fruition really. Months of drawing and design, and now we start to get to see the fruits of all that labour.
No bolts for the time being. I've got to, we pull them out when we check the ref sync mode. We had a criteria to look for different engines. I mean, one of the criteria was we wanted an OEM-based engine because both Ford and GM are currently an OEM-based engine. We also wanted something with some racing history. Our category is very competitive, and to start with a clean sheet of paper would have been a difficult task. So we went around looking at different engines, and the engine that kept coming up was the 2UR GSE. But it's also used in the GT3 category in the Lexus series. It required an amount of work. I mean, we have some strict guidelines and regulations around the engine RPM, compression ratio, capacity. So it did require an amount of work to make that suitable for our category.
There's some cool stuff in Toyota boxes now.
Okay. The 2UR GSE engine is the 2UR bottom end with Yamaha heads in it. So those heads, they are direct injection, and it's also got dual VVT, which is a hydraulic exhaust VVT, which is sort of quite common across lots of engines, but an electric intake VVT. Now the championship as it is, we haven't got enough power in the cars to be able to drive that electric intake, so we've got to go through quite a bit of a re-engineer to achieve it. This is purely unique for our championship and for this project that we're doing. So We're walking into a lot of unknowns, which requires us to do extensive durability testing. We've seen issues throughout years with things that are, let's say, half-baked. So for us, we need to do 40 hours on the dyno before it even sees a track. And then once it's on track, drivers, they like to abuse things. We'll make sure that during that testing phase that everything is tested to temperature, to over revs, to all of the curb hits that they see to make sure that we can go racing in 2026 with something that is reliable.
We are counting down the days until the Supra is on the grid in Supercars in 2026. And it's really exciting to be able to exclusively reveal today who the second team, along with Walkinshaw Andretti United, will be for Toyota.
Officially, we can now announce and I guess put the final piece of the puzzle together for the makeup of the Toyota team. And I'm officially now really pleased to welcome Brad Jones Racing.
The whole project has really lifted things here at BJR. So there's a whole heap of things that I'm excited about going forward. It's not often you change brands. It's a big commitment, but I feel like we're in for a really exciting time.
So we're in Area 51 now. So this is our Toyota build bay. So we're separated from the rest of the team so that we've got dedicated people looking at Toyota full time, and we can let the race team go about their business and basically compete through the championship. We've got all the body panels in, so we've got a roof and a lot of the A-pillars and some windscreen mounts. So we'll unwrap them all, drop them on the car and see if it all fits really. Go A-pillars first though. We've now got our first Supra chassis painted up, and we're now starting to do the assembly process. So most of the stuff that's on it now, what we call the Gen 3 specific components. So these are not necessarily Supra specific parts, but stuff that you need for the supercar anyway. So suspension and the interior, fire systems, etc.
Got it.
We're right on the cusp now of this starting to be turned into a Supra. Generally we're on time. We're still looking to have a car on track, sort of the dates that Bruce and everybody's been saying. So yeah, there's always glitches and there's always hold-ups, but generally we're going relatively smoothly, and we'll see what happens when we start getting to the track testing pace.
Hello, mate. Yeah, good. How are you? Good. What's the sit rep then? We're here at Swindon Powertrains for the initial running of the Toyota engine for Gen 3, commencing in 2026. Good day.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
So my name is Sylvain Rubio. I am Technical Director at Swindon Powertrain. I have not had personally any previous experience with a V8 supercar engine, which is actually part of the appeal, I suppose. But what is very particular is a set of technical regulations which are quite unique to this championship and that are very different to what we're used to. So that's where the challenge is going to be, I think.
In Australia, myself and a lot of the team there have been designing a lot of components that go into this engine. We've shipped those components over here to assemble with the crank train that was done here, put on the dyno, and today was the first day of fire up.
Cranking. Okay.
So far, so good.
What do you reckon?
Yeah. Yes.
What about that and that? Are they?
Hang on a sec.
So that's the OE ones, aren't they?
Are they both the same? Pin to the top?
So what I don't understand is we should be timed wrong physically.
Yes.
But the electrical signal should be right.
Correct. Look, looking at what's going on here, I think the choke plate, I mean, that camshaft's not in the correct location.
Good as that. Yeah.
You've got enough material there, you could probably fit a couple of bolts in there.
Yeah, we could.
'Cause you could make it step over and do something.
Even if you just press fit, it would be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we are stuck for now, but
It's gonna take a few days to fix. That's it.
No point getting upset, is it? It's teething issues, that's all we go through. It's part of engineering.
Cranking.
Well done, everyone. Thank you.
There's lots of little victories throughout any project, especially big projects like this. For the engine, for example, one of them is the first time it fires and you get it running. And I would say very much like motorsport in general. When you win races, I certainly find that it's not a sense of jubilation. It's more a sense of relief that the job has been accomplished. And there was certainly a little victory had today.
Different, isn't it?
Good different.
Yeah, it's good. Have you jumped in with the bonnet on?
Nah, Fab's just jumped in, he said it's unreal.
Well, go on then.
All very stiff. Those mirrors are so big that it's good.
Yeah, and you haven't got that big bit of carbon that runs down there either.
No, like the visualise, like everything is much better. Happy day.
Pressure's a funny thing. Some people thrive under it, some people cow under it, but it's how you define that pressure. For me, this isn't something that I would say is sort of bearing down on me. This is a challenge that we're relishing, that we're looking forward to, and we're building all the things to put ourselves in the best position to get to the track in a competitive way.
It is the most aggressive car that I've seen in a long time.
And seeing the car here for the first time is just, I've got goosebumps. I literally have.
It's another thing seeing it in the flesh. It just looks absolutely spectacular. The job that Walker have done with this car is something else.
This is exciting. The car's about to go around the track here at Altona, and we're going to have limited running, but wow, what a moment.
I haven't actually got proper words to describe it, but yeah, a bit of a special emotional moment.
Yeah.
Its silhouette, I can tell you, is unmistakable. Its presence is undeniable. And its roar is set to become the new anthem of racetracks across the nation. I present to you the 2026 Toyota GR Supercar. Let's go racing.
radio check.
Yeah, copy, mate. Loud and clear. All right, so a couple of housekeeping things. We're not going to use the pit limiter to start with. We're just going to go without pit limiter until we've had a chance to have a look at how the car goes. And can you keep it below 50% throttle until we've had a look? So we'll update you.
Copy.
You may use 100% throttle. You may use 100% throttle.
Steering weight's normal, air pedals are normal, no noises.
Yep.
All good. And then also through this left-hander,
Yep.
there's something against the tunnel. I felt like it was too crisp, like too much, too soon.
Different drivers always have different opinions of the feedback, and that's good for all of the engineers to take note of. Obviously, the thing that we're really key for today for us is making sure that the thing functions properly, that we tick all of the boxes for reliability, for alarms, and making sure that the engine runs as smoothly as we'd like.
Do an overlay if we have any of that garbage here. From like a typical winter lap versus what we just did.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
It just, when I got on the brakes, it was all normal. It's just like, I don't know whether I got on the white line, it just grabbed the front. Like I watched enough speed, I think I just drove through the grass, like, but yeah.
Okay.
The clutch pedal's very soft.
Yep.
Like very, very soft.
Yep.
And same as the brake pedal, like, it feels like full effort.
Yeah, okay. Good or bad?
No,
compared to the
not,
other car?
no. Like, you can push through the braking capability too easy.
Yeah, okay.
Just start removing some of that
The engine mapping, just going through, trying to find obviously different maps that are going to make obviously good power delivery, good drivability, all the things that you want in a race car to make the car a competitive package come 2026.
The biggest probably thing as a driver is the noise. It sounds fantastic, so yeah, it sounds a little different.
There's lots of work to do. 100% that we are not finished yet. In fact, as I've been telling people, it's just the end of the beginning, and these last 2 days have been the beginning of the start. So yeah, we've done 800 kilometres. We've got another 4,000 to go to tick it off, and be happy that we're ready to go racing.
What are we allowed to have a look at this morning?
What do you want to look at?
Right, everything. I mean, can we open everything? We'll let you do it. I'm not going to touch your car, but like you give us the show and tell.
Oh, I've got nothing to tell. You look. You look and you're welcome.
What's that one? Is there limitations around what they can do there? Or is it just a mounting thing? Is it, I mean, it's a thin plate, you don't think it's doing too much for chassis stiffness, but question to you lads, with things welded to the chassis, what's
The chassis twist jig up pace that we can use. We're concerned.
The engine looks pretty good. Did all the bits need to be remade, that are remade? Like the rockers?
Mark, do you think I would work my weekends for no reason? It had to be done.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not pioneering that big here. Oh, right. Oh, okay. No, I'm just trying to work out who can fix it. That was all. I'm not saying we're fixing it, but we don't know what you're fixing. We don't know anything about it. No, not a f***ing thing. Not my problem. It's not your problem, it's theirs. Yeah. Well, we're asking you because they don't tell us anything. Yeah, but we're on the same side, right? Yeah, exactly. That's why I'll be the same. Let's sit in a room and chat.
Very good job, lads. Very good job. Yeah.
They're shit scared. All three homologation teams have had to bring their cars to Switzerland, a place where there's no one's own base, inspect each other's cars, set the cars up with the same cambers, toes and suspension geometry to go on the rolling road, on the belt in the tunnel, and then we're doing scans now to see how they compare for us to CAD, and for the other two cars how they were previously in the tunnel. Second car build obviously is a little bit easier than the first one because you've been through it and done everything for the first time. Up until now it's gone pretty well. We were under pressure. The timelines to get this car in the container and on the sea to get across to the States was brought forward last minute by 1 week. So we're not in a complete state as we would like to be, but that's okay. We're still going to air freight things over to the US for December, and that means that we can continue developing up until then.
Here on track already, and the Super is pretty special feeling. It's all about logging miles, so getting some laps under the belt, and first impressions were really good. Makes a lot of sense already, so excited to see how it further develops, and can't wait for next year.
Park it, we'll come in up.
Drop it out.
We'll park it, we'll have a go.
There's a valve thing or something you want to get in before you
yeah.
drop down the bottom.
You just maybe down here, like second, third, fourth, and then just make that noise you heard is all I heard.
Yeah.
I just lost power and I just lifted straight away. But on the previous lap into 3, I hit the brake, but it was like there was a whole heap of throttle still on.
Yep. So it sort of ran on you through 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did it only do it at 3, or was there?
I only did that. It's never done it before.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say, oh no, we plucked filter out.
They didn't want oil leaks on the dyno.
Oh.
It's full of water.
It is full of water. I think we're going home. The plan today was to try to do about 500 Ks today and 500 Ks tomorrow to try to get miles on the motor. Basically, just wanted to understand durability of the engine. Unfortunately, it's gone a little bit awry here on day 1 at lunchtime.
So the engine went off and they towed the vehicle back in. They've done some preliminary looking. It appears it's an internal engine problem. There's some oil and water in the inlet manifold, which is never a good sign. The oil and water always needs to stay where they're supposed to be, and right now they're not, so there's obviously an issue.
No, it looks relatively serious. The best thing for us now is to take it home and open the motor up in a nice, clean environment, and we'll get to the bottom of it. But unfortunately, it's serious enough to end our running here today and tomorrow.
That might not be the right shape at the other end.
I was going to say maybe try one next to it.
If the rocker breaks and jams in the spring, and that's how the valve hits the piston.
Yeah, so we've brought it back to the workshop tonight, and we can see using the bore scope that one of the cylinders is quite heavily damaged. Tomorrow we'll pull it back out and we'll start tearing it down, pulling heads off and having a good look through the motor completely. But yeah, it looks like unfortunately we've had a pretty serious failure with the motor today. So look, it's better to learn now, and we'll make a fix for it and move on.
They've got oil down both sides of it.
Yeah, that's your water.
Yeah.
Wow. Pistons normally don't hang out top of bores that far.
A couple of big holes in the piston there. One big one, that's the smaller one. And this is one exhaust valve. We don't know which side that is, jammed in there. We're missing a head of an exhaust valve. Obviously that's been pummeled around there. Right now it looks like one of the exhaust valves has failed. It's dropped the head onto the piston, and then chaos ensues. So there's damaged things everywhere. So we've got rockers that are broken, cylinder head, cylinder block, pistons got a hole in it. All of those functions, what looks like right now, as we stand here this afternoon, an exhaust stem failure. So that exhaust stem will send off analysis of the chemical and microscopic analysis on it, see what the grain structure is, see if it is what we suspect it is going to be, and then we go to work. We design a new exhaust valve, and then we carry on.
This is an historic moment. The Toyota GR Supra Supercar is about to head up Mount Panorama to turn its very first laps at this famed circuit. This is also a very proud moment for Supercars Hall of Famer Neil Crompton, who's been instrumental in bringing this project to life.
This whole program would not be happening without him. He brought this thing to market. He's dealt with Toyota. He's been so symbolic in getting this program up and running.
Look, I think this is a great thing for Australian motorsport. It's a great thing for Toyota. It's a wonderful thing to be able to introduce a new brand to the business.
Well, we're back at Windshare, 3 cars this time rather than the 2. Obviously, primarily for the Super, which is joining the championship, but great opportunity to put the other 2 back in, just so that we can never have a question mark about them. But fundamentally, we're here to homologate the Supra.
This is the 180 mile per hour rolling road wind tunnel. This has a 5,100 horsepower fan to drive the air around the wind tunnel. It's able to do speeds up to 180 miles per hour and has really fantastic moving ground plane under it that's able to spin under the car and actually rotate 8 degrees to simulate a crosswind or yaw condition.
We did some initial running with the cars, and obviously the initial parts that we brought were quite coarse adjustments, but then you find, okay, that might be too far. So then what you've got to do is you've got to actually design something that's in between those 2 parts. So we've gone out, we've obviously got NASCAR and TRD locally manufacturing some printed parts, even Windshare are making some parts. We've actually also gone out and bought a couple of 3D printers, and so we've actually had things that we've actually been designing on site as well as external resources.
Straight ahead end plates do have a little bit of space on it, so as we go over the toe in, we're going to end up with a slightly thinner core. I'm good with that. Yeah, big. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Yep. Thanks, sir.
What we've managed to do is hit the drag numbers, hit the downforce numbers, but we've not been able to hit the sensitivity numbers specifically around the rear of the car. So we can't homologate today. We've got to go away, make some new tools, probably around the front of the car here. So doing a bit of a chop out and blunting it off to make it look a bit more like an American muscle car. That way we'll achieve the targets that supercars need.
We've
taken the packers that we had underneath the headlights out, so we're just assessing what they'll do. That'll help us later in the day to evaluate some front bar changes as we get there. I think it's put us heading in the right direction.
Everyone happy with that?
Yep.
So we have parity. So all three cars are aligned beyond my expectation, to be honest. I think it's astonishing that three cars of such different shapes and sizes have been able to get within the bounds that Supercars have set out for us and in the parity box. So I'm actually a little bit overwhelmed by it, to be honest. It's been a huge few days with targets moving and car changes and stuff like that. So what did we have? 18 hours in the tunnel for the Ford, 12 and a half hours in the tunnel for the GM, and we managed to do it in 24 hours, and that's with the target change at 12 hours in. So I'm stoked for the team. I'm glad that this is over and can't wait to get to the racetrack.
So we've wrapped up the 25 championship and we've had a little bit of a celebration, but it seems like not much time's gone past and we're straight back here at Winton testing.
See, Walkinshaw and Grenny United homologated Supra, be built in the background, and now finally get to have a drive of something pretty cool.
So we'll probably aim to do about 10 laps here. 10 laps.
As far as engine drivability goes, it feels better than what we had.
Feels okay, yeah. Yeah, and the aero doesn't feel too bad.
How about entries with all your blipping and everything?
It's all pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't run it on?
Nah.
So all that stuff we usually complain about in the Mustang, like inherent issues, that feels like it's cleaned up in this?
Cleaned up, yeah.
That's good.
Pretty cool to get out here and then do some help with the testing, a bit of reliability stuff. It's something we've been itching to do for some time. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see the whole program. The engine notes a fair bit different. The viewership throughout the cockpit looks completely different.
Radio check, radio check.
Yeah, loud and clear here, mate, loud and clear. So currently have the T1 tyres.
I can't hear him.
Is it this button?
Idiot wasn't even pressing
I was
the
like,
button.
Radio testing number 2 here, version 2. T1 tyres, says A90 on the sidewalls.
We had the guys in the car now, they've done lots of laps. Yeah, really positive feedback. So there's definitely a lot of good cues in the car, design-wise, even engine performance and stuff like that.
Cars run faultlessly. We're now up to over 2,500 kilometres since we had a little issue. Main drivers in the car has been really good. Like for them to get a feel of it, and pace has been excellent.
Yeah, great day. Fantastic for everyone. Great milestone knocked over. Car was fast and reliable, but like Toyota with Kaizen, constant improvement, we're up for the bumps in the road ahead.
Now that the season's over, we can sort of transfer our focus into 2026, and yeah, first day for us in the Gen 3 Supra was super cool, and yeah, just really looking forward to 2026 now.
Now we're on the eve of a new exciting season. We've got a new brand entering the sport. And this is the culmination of almost 3 years backstage of an enormous amount of work. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the GR Supra Supercar by Walkinshaw.
I started car racing in the Toyota, so it feels like a bit of a full circle moment.
Probably one of the sexiest looking supercars I've ever seen.
The success of Toyota will be also our success, and we wish them all the best.
This is for the industry, and this is for the fans, and everybody is going to enjoy having Toyota in the battle with Ford and GM.
I just congratulate everybody that's been involved in this project from day one. We've had a big dream, and now we're about to bring it to life.